Hello viewers, this Not Too Fast here. In today's video I'll be reviewing this brand new OBD scan tool from the company Launch. This one is the X431 Pro TT. This tablet style device is running Android 10 with an 8-inch color LCD touchscreen. It uses a wireless Bluetooth VCI module for connecting to the vehicle. This gives you the convenience of using this tool outside the vehicle. Besides being able to read trouble codes and clear trouble codes, you can also look at live data, and it has 37 reset functions. In this video, I'll show you all the features on this unit, so let's get started. Here on the left, in this big box, is the Launch X431 Pro TT OBD scan tool. Now the reason there are two boxes here is because when you buy this scan tool, Launch will also include a set of non-16-pin adapters. These adapters are for older vehicles with OBD1 diagnostic ports. I'll show you what's included in this box later in the video. Let's open this one up. Inside this bag is the user manual, quick start guide. There's also a piece of paper with a serial number and activation code that you need to enter into the device in order for you to register the device so you can do the software download. And there's also a packing list right here. And right here is the X431 Pro TT OBD scan tool. And right here is the Bluetooth wireless vehicle communication interface module. In this bag, you have the wall plug charger. And on this end, it has a USB-C connector. It also comes with different wall adapters for different parts of the world that you're in. Right here is a USB-C cable. This will allow you to connect this to a computer. And right here is the OBD cable. On one end you have a DB15. You'll connect this onto the scan tool. On the other end you have this 15-pin DLC connector that you connect into the car's OBD port. Here's a look at this X431 Pro TT. This tablet style scan tool is running Android 10.0. It uses a 2 GHz 4-core processor with 4 GB of RAM and 64 GB of ROM. On the front is an 8-inch 1280 by 800 resolution LCD touchscreen. This device has a built-in 6,300 mAh rechargeable battery and also has built-in Bluetooth for communicating with the VCI module. On the top right-hand corner, there's a power switch. On the back, right here, is the USB-C connector for charging the device. Next to it, there's a USB-A connector. You can use this port to connect to a computer. Looking on the back, right here is a speaker, and next to it, there's a camera. You can use the camera to record video as part of your troubleshooting. To connect this scan tool to your vehicle, you need a VCI module, or Vehicle Communication Interface module. And right here is the DBS Car 7 module. This adapter you see here connects using Bluetooth to the tablet. On one end, you have a DB15 connector, and using this cable, you connect this end with a DB15 connector to the adapter. Screw this down. On the other end, you have this 16-pin DLC or diagnostic link connector you connect to the vehicle. Now inside this box are 12 additional adapters you can use to connect to older vehicles with OBD1 diagnostic protocol. That's why they call this a non-16-pin adapter box, because the standard OBD2 connector, the one you see right here, is 16-pin, and the OBD2 standard came about after 1996 in North America. So let's open this up. Right here is a packing list. These are all the various adapters that work for some of the older cars. For example, this FD6+1, this is used on Ford between 1988 and 1995. This TA17, this was used on 1995 and older Toyota vehicles. This B20 adapter is used on BMW, so even some of the 1997 BMW vehicles had this connector. In this bag are 3 other cables. There's a cable for Benz, Mitsubishi, and Nissan. In this other bag, you have a cigarette lighter power cable, battery clamp power cable. Now both of these cables have a 5.5mm adapter you see right here, and this actually plugs into this OBD cable, and that's how it supplies power to the VCI module. Now if you end up using any of these adapters, let me show you how to connect it to this cable. So on this 16-pin DLC connector, remove this DB15 connector you see right here. Now you have this female connector on this end. Take any of these adapters you see right here. Now you can connect these two together. So unless you're working on some very old vehicles, you probably will not be using these adapters. But when you buy the scan tool, they were nice enough to include everything you need. To power on the unit, press and hold the power button at the top right hand corner. While we're waiting for this to boot, let me go over some of the features on this scan tool. Now this tool comes with a 2-year software update. One thing that people always ask is after the 2-year software update, what happened to the tool? It does not get bricked. You can still use the tool itself, but you will not be getting any new updates. And also, if you have a newer vehicle, this scan tool might not work for that vehicle. Now, if you want, you can purchase software update from Launch. Now, Launch claims this tool works for over 20,000 vehicles. It also features bidirectional control and has over 38 plus reset services. This device can also do ECU coding, system diagnostics, and it supports CAN-FD, which is Controller Area Network via flexible data rates. This tool also supports DOIP, which is Diagnostics over IP. And some newer vehicles uses a higher bitrate diagnostic, and this tool does support that. So once the unit power on, this is the home page you're looking at. Now as part of the initial setup, you want to go into settings, go to network and internet, select Wi-Fi, and then connect to your router so you have internet access to download the software update. To launch X431 app, you want to select this app right here. Now if this is your first time using this device, you'll be prompted to register for an account, log in, and then it'll prompt you to enter the serial number and the activation code. The first thing you want to do is select software update to download the latest software. Now if this is your first time doing the update, expect to give it about 2 hours for all the updates to be downloaded and installed. So here I'll connect this VCI module to my vehicle. Here you see the vehicle, power, and I/O LED are lit. Now the nice thing about the setup is the adapter connects to a tablet using Bluetooth. So I can take this outside the vehicle and do a diagnostic anywhere within 33 feet from the vehicle. Now I've gone ahead and started the vehicle so I can show you some of the functions on this scan tool. Let's first take a look at the Intelligent Diagnose. With this, it'll automatically read the VIN on the vehicle. Here I found the vehicle is a 2023 Nissan Rogue, and here's the VIN number. Now select Diagnostic. Next, select Automatic Search. Here it tells you the VIN number. The car is from North America. It's a Nissan Rogue. Confirmed. Yes. You can do a health report or a system scan. Let's do a system scan. Now scan all the modules in the vehicle. With each system that it finds, it'll tell you if it's equipped. Let's select ECM. That's the engine control module. And with this ECM module, you can read fault codes and clear fault codes. Let's take a look. No DTC found. There are no fault codes on this engine. If there were fault codes found, you can do the troubleshooting and also clear the fault code right here. Next, let's do the read data stream. All signals. Here's a list of all the data streams. So for example, if I select brake switch, okay, and the value right now is off, the brake switch is not applied. If I step on the brake, you'll see this value change to on. I'll do that right now. So here you can see each time I press the brake pedal, the value will change to on. Let's go back. Engine speed. Right here is the live data of the engine RPM. I can select graph. This will show you a graph of the RPM. I'll go rev the engine and you'll see the RPM change. Now with this data, you can also select record and it'll save this data. You can review it later on. I'm going to select a couple of pits here. Battery voltage, coolant temperature. I'm going to select OK. Now these are the 3 different data streams I selected. These are the live data. For the coolant temperature, you see it's 206 degrees Fahrenheit. If you want to change the unit of measure, you can select metric right here. Now show Celsius, or you can toggle back to English. Now you can graph up to 4 data streams. I'm going to select graph. And here are the 3 data streams I selected. I can also select combine. Now show all 3 data streams together on one graph. Let's go back to the system main page. I'm going to scroll down to transmission control module right here, TCM. Now I'm going to select read data stream, all signals. Let's look for the fluid temperature. Right here. Okay. And this will actually show you the transmission fluid temperature right now. Right now it's measuring 174 degrees Fahrenheit. Now being able to read this live data is very useful because for a Nissan, if you want to change the transmission fluid and do a drain and fill, to check the correct fluid level, you do need to monitor the temperature of the transmission fluid. So this data will come in handy when you're doing the service. Let's go back to the main page. Now, if the Intelligent Diagnose does not find your vehicle, you can manually enter the vehicle by selecting Local Diagnose. Here you can select the vehicle that you have. This is an Asian car. Nissan. Okay. Now do an automatic search. And it found the VIN. Here's the screen you saw earlier. You can do a health report or a system scan. Let's go back. Now let's take a look at service function. Now on this page, it will list all the reset functions available on this tool. One thing to note is just because you see it on this screen, it doesn't mean it will apply to your vehicle. I'll scroll through the screen so you can see the different reset functions. If you want to pause the video, you can do that. So for example, here's an oil maintenance reset. If you want to reset the maintenance minder on your vehicle, you can do that through here. Let's go back. Now select Diagnostic History. This will show you a list of vehicles that you connected to last. You can see my Nissan Rogue listed here. If you want to quickly recall that vehicle, just press the quick access right here and it'll automatically connect to that vehicle. At the bottom, you have Mall. So after the 2 years of free software update, you can open up this page to purchase additional software updates. Under Software Store, you can purchase individual update for each manufacturer make. Service upgrade. So here you can choose if you want 20 software update, 15 software update, 10 or 5. You can also choose 12 months, 24 months, or 36 months software update. Vehicle coverage. So here you can search for a vehicle and see if this tool will cover the vehicle. So for example, I can select H for Honda. I can select the model, Odyssey. Here it lists the Honda Odyssey 2019 to 23 model. If you scroll over, these are systems that it supports. Info Center. Let's take a look at operation tips. Here's a list of all the manufacturers. Let's select GM. So on this tool, Launch has included some tips that can help service the vehicle. So for example, for a GM Chevrolet Silverado, there's a service light reset. If you select check here, here's a service note that can help you reset the oil service light for this vehicle. It'll give you step-by-step on how to do this. Keep in mind this database is very limited, so it doesn't cover all the make and models. But you can take a look in this section and see if there's information that might be helpful. Over here you have Technology Handbook. Now with the Technology Handbook, Launch has compiled some service manual information and put it in this device. So for example, I'll select Acura. And let's select this last one here, ignition system. And here it will show you information about the ignition system. And from what I can tell, it looked like these are information from a Honda or Acura service manual. Again, with this, it's very limited, but you can check and see if it has information for the vehicle you're working on. DTC help. Let's select the Chrysler here. I'll just select one of them. So in this document, it will list the DTC trouble code and explain to you what the problem is, how to diagnose it. Let's take a look at another one. And this is for trouble code U0101, lost communication with TCM. And here you can read up on what is causing this problem and how to troubleshoot it. Now let's take a look at other modules right here. I'll select Toolbox. So with this tool, you can actually purchase additional test tools and connect it to this. And when you do that, you can actually expand the capability of this tool beyond just a generic OBD scan tool. Let's go ahead and select the oscilloscope. So here I'll show you the additional module that you can purchase from launch. One of them is called the O2-2 scope box. Select that, enter. So right now you're looking at the actual interface of the oscilloscope. Obviously I don't have any data coming in, but if you did purchase the add-on module, this is the actual oscilloscope user interface. As you can see on the right side, you have channel 1, 2, 3, 4. So you can connect 4 probes and look at the waveform. And same thing with the multimeter. This interface for the multimeter. You measure AC voltage, DC voltage, capacitance, resistance, diode. There's even functions for immobilizer programmer and key programmer. And if you do want to purchase these additional modules, you can go on the launch website and see what each of these will cost. So on this page, you also have a calculator, a browser, Gmail, camera. With a camera, you can record video and take pictures. And this can be helpful if you want to document the problem that you're troubleshooting. Now I can disconnect the VCI module. So that was a quick overview of what this tool can do. Now obviously there are many more features on this tool that I did not go over, but that also depends on the vehicle you have because not all the functions on this tool is supported by the vehicle. So that's something you want to keep in mind. If you want to learn more about it, check out the link in the video description below. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. As always, thank you for watching. Thank you for watching this video. To support this channel, remember to click on thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and turn on the notification bell so you get notified of new videos.